Just
around here.
yeah.
Yeah. No, I would drink alcohol right now. Oh, that's nice. Yeah. Yeah, you go home. I'm going.
Yeah, we're all going.
Try to head out tonight. And,
Yeah.
When I go to see my kids in Massachusetts, there's a lot of teens staying there, and I see the mothers, the fathers, the kids, and there's such a camaraderie among the kids.
Oh, yeah.
It's a good thing for you.
I think Tuesday night with Jen.
They hold that, like, that's why I do.
One day a week, so
yeah.
not easy.
Well, you can always zoom in, I guess.
I'm actually gonna share a story having to do with that a little bit. Especially what I was gonna talk about, but then this kind of just came
I
by.
find it very hard to pay attention to people on Zoom.
Yeah.
And to be present.
Good morning, happy Friday.
Happy
Friday.
For those of you who don't know me, my name is Jen. And I'm guessing, is everyone familiar? You guys come here fairly often, or maybe you all have a yoga practice of some kind. I just like to tell students that there is no need to ever take every pose. You know, like I tend to offer a lot of different options as we move throughout the class, we build on the sequence. And, you know, it's important to kind of listen to what you need and take what you need out of it and leave out what you don't. So that being said, good morning. I wanted to start with a little story this morning. So it's about my son. I have a son and a daughter, and my son's name is Dylan. He's 10 years old. And Dylan loves baseball. He loves the Mets. He's a big fan. And what?
My son's a Mets fan. It's like a lot of ups and downs.
Oh yeah, oh yeah, it's tumultuous. Yeah, it's a very emotional journey for all of us.
Lesson in loyalty.
Yeah, absolutely. So when Dylan was younger, he needed PT and OT. So he was a little bit behind physically, and you know, it was interesting. I noticed good morning when he was about 3 that he couldn't jump. You know, jumping actually takes a lot of motor planning. And for most of us, it just comes naturally and we're just able to figure it out. But for some people, it takes a little bit more work. So with this kind of like motor planning delay, he always had a difficult time in sports. So, which is tough because he loves them. He loves to watch them. He loves to be a fan. And when he was younger, he played all the sports, right? And he didn't know any different. He didn't care. He was little, right? You don't really notice like the discrepancies when you're little. But as he got older, he became more aware, right? Kids are not as naive. You know, you notice kind of where you fall. And he stopped playing a lot of things. And it was kind of a sad thing to see, but he kind of knew, right? So recently he just started 5th grade, and going into 5th grade, he was telling me at recess that he's been playing wiffle ball every day. So I was so excited. I was like, oh my God, you're playing wiffle. And he was so into it. He was like printing out all these rules. He was telling me about all the kids he was playing with. So in talking about the wiffle ball, I asked him, you know, what positions do you like to play? Do you like to hit? Do you like to pitch? Do you like to be in the outfield? And he goes, oh, Mom, I don't play. I'm an umpire. So I go, huh, why are you an umpire, you know? And he's like, you know, if I played, I would probably be the worst one on the team. So by being an umpire, he's like, my role is the most important role on the entire team. He's like, I get to be part of the team. I get to make all the calls, you know, like people respect me. So I just thought that was really kind of special, you know, like he took this thing that kind of this barrier, and he found a way. He found a way through. He found a way to be part of the team. You know, sometimes when we're not good at something, or when we don't know enough about something, we feel kind of like a failure. If we aren't enough, and maybe we quit, maybe we avoid it, whatever it is. But, you know, this is kind of your reminder. If you know, something is coming up where it's not working out, maybe, maybe it's an opportunity to find a different way. You know, and a lot of times in yoga, it's hard because people show up and they say, well, I'm not flexible. I can't do these things. I can't go upside down. And it becomes this roadblock. But there's a place for everyone. So just remember that as you move, as we have different options throughout our practice, find the path that suits your needs best. Sit up nice and tall, close your eyes, and start to settle into your breath.
Thank you for sharing that. That
was
a great
doing
story.
Take a deep breath in, fill up, lengthen through your spine, through the crown of your head. And then part your lips, take a full breath out. Again, like that deep breath in, sit up a little bit taller. Exhale, release, full breath out, relax the shoulders, ground down through your sits bones. Inhale fully. Maybe start to visualize the breath as it travels up the base of the spine towards the crown of the head. And then release. Inhaling. This time find a moment of pause at the top. Linger in that space. Seal off your lips, exhale out through the nose. Continue to breathe like this, bringing in a little bit more equanimity to the inhales and the exhales. Really settling into your body, settling into the rhythm of your breath. Or to quiet any thoughts that might be coming up. When you're ready, find your way onto your back. Take a moment, hug your right knee into your chest. Extend your left leg long. Take some circles with the ankle, maybe the knee. Breathing in, taking in whatever you need. You move in one direction, make sure to move in the other. As you inhale, lengthen your right leg up towards the sky. Walk your hands up the back of the leg. Bend your elbows, draw them in towards the leg. Lift your head, lift your shoulders, round and forehead towards you. Hold and breathe for one more. Exhale, slowly release everything back down towards the mat. Cross your right thigh over your left. Maybe you eagle the legs. Maybe you take that single crossing. Maybe the right foot wraps around the left calf. Then wrap your right arm under your left. Eagle the arms. Back and palms come together or front. Take an inhale. As you exhale, lift your head, lift your shoulders, round and tap your elbows towards your knees. Inhale, lengthen, lower. Reach your elbows away from your knees. Exhale, lift up, tap in. Nice. Inhale, lengthen and lower. Exhale to rise. Beautiful. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, rise. Try to close off that space between your lower spine and the mat. Couple more here, lower and straighten. Exhale, lift this time, hold here. Breathe, continue to hug the belly button towards the spine. Draw everything in towards center. Exhale, release everything down to the mat. Hug both of your knees into your chest. Find some gentle movement from side to side. Keep hold of your left knee, extend your right leg long. Find some movement, maybe circle the knee or the ankle. You inhale, extend your leg up towards the ceiling. Start to walk your hands up the back of the calf, point through your toes. Draw your elbows in towards your leg. As you inhale, lift up. Reach the crown, your forehead towards your knee. Hollow out through your fist and hold here for one more breath. Exhale, lower back down, cross your left eye over your right, left arm, cross your right. Eagle the arms, eagle the legs. Take an inhale. Exhale, lift, tap elbows towards the knee. Inhale, lower all the way down, lengthen, exhale to rise. Inhale, lower, draw the elbows away from the knees, exhale, lift up. Nice, inhale to lengthen, lower. Exhale to rise. One more here, inhale, lower, exhale, lift your abdominals, lift up, hold for breath. Draw everything in towards center. Close off that space between your lower back and the mat. Exhale, release on your knees and towards your chest. Find some movement from side to side, massage your spine. And then start to rock forward and back, eventually rolling up to a sit. Roll over all fours, step your shoulders over your wrists, hips over your knees. Take a moment here as you inhale, find a couple rounds of cat-cow, drop your belly, lift your chest, pull the heart between your shoulders. As you exhale, flatten out the tops of your feet, round your spine, press the ground away, chin towards chest. Inhale, drop your belly, lift the gaze, lift the heart. Exhale, round, hollow out, belly button to spine. One more here, inhale, look forward, arch. Exhale, round, hollow out, press away. Find your way through neutral. And then extend your right leg long, flex through your toes, toes point down towards the mat. Lengthen for a breath and start to open your right leg out to the right. Nice, try to level off your hips. Imagine you are balancing a cup of water on the base of your back. I know, hard to imagine in this position, but maybe you stay, maybe you start to extend that left arm out to the left. Nice, hold for one more. Exhale, lower the right foot to the ground. Left arm reaches up towards the sky. Sweep up, gaze up. As you exhale, twist, thread the needle, left shoulder and feet come to the ground. You can reach your right leg long. Take a half bind and wrap it behind your back. Maybe rotating through that top shoulder. As you inhale, come back through center. Lift your left arm up towards the sky. Exhale, back all fours. Stack your knees under your hips. Extend your left leg long. Flex through your toes. Hold for a moment and then open out to the left. Try to level off through the hips, through the shoulders. Option to stay here or lift that right arm out to the right. Okay, squeeze everything in towards center for one more. As you exhale, lower your foot, sweep your right arm up towards the sky, gaze up towards your fingertips. Exhale, thread the needle, right shoulder and cheek to the ground. Take a moment here, maybe you extend that left arm long, maybe you start to wrap behind your back. One more breath through your chest. As you inhale, reach that arm back up towards the sky. Find your way through center, all fours. Tuck your toes, lift your hips up and back, downward facing dog. Start to find whatever movement you need this morning, pedaling out the heel, bending one knee and then the other, wiggling out the hips. Most importantly, start to connect your breath with the movement. Using your inhales and your exhales. And then start to settle into stillness. Spread your fingertips nice and wide. Draw the eyelids of the elbows in and up. Take the gaze towards the navel or the thighs. Hike your hips up towards the ceiling. Slight bend in your knees as you exhale, heavy your heels towards the mat. Next, inhale, lift your heels, come high on your toes, look between your thumbs, start to tiptoe towards the front of the mat. Once you reach the top, lengthen, look forward, long spine. Exhale, fold into your legs, Uttanasana, get nice and heavy, with the crown of the head down towards the mat. Keep a slight bend in the knees, ground down through all four corners of your feet. Inhale, slowly rise, stack your spine one vertebra at a time, shoulders overhead. Circle your arms around and up, bring the palms to touch. As you exhale, thumbs to heart center. Take a moment. Close your eyes, set your intention for your practice this morning. Maybe someone, maybe something, maybe finding your way in a place where it feels like you're not enough, not good enough. As you inhale, stick your arms up and overhead, gaze up. Exhale, hinge and fold over your legs. Inhale, lengthen half lift, look forward, long spine. Plant your palms, step back to plank pose. From plank pose, you always have the option to tap the knees down or keep them lifted. Bend your elbows, exhale, lower your chest all the way down to the mat. Flatten out the tops of your feet, keep your hands underneath your shoulders. Inhale, lift your chest, lift your heart. Pinch the shoulder blades in towards one another, draw the elbows back. Exhale, lower your forehead back down to the mat. Tuck your toes. Press into your palms, lift up one long line, plank pose. Exhale, shift your hips up and back, downward facing dog. Take a breath in through your nose, out through your nose. Step your right foot between your hands. Lengthen through your left leg, flex through your left heel. Round your left palm, twist your right arm up towards the sky, gaze up towards your fingertips. Frame your front foot, step your feet together at the front of the mat, forward fold. Inhale, rise, sweep your arms up and overhead, gaze up. Exhale, fold right back down over your legs, Uttanasana. Inhale, lengthen half lift, look forward, plant your palms, step your left foot back to plank pose. From plank pose, option to lower the knees or lower down, moving through your chaturanga. Inhale, lift your chest, lift your heart, over or upward facing dog. Downward facing dog as you exhale. Step your left foot between your hands. Lengthen through your back heel, lift your chest, and then twist your left arm up towards the sky. You lift gaze up towards your fingertips. Frame your front foot, step your feet together and fold at the front of the mat. Round down, inhale to rise, sweep your arms up and overhead. Exhale, Uttanasana, hinge from the hips, fold over your legs. Inhale, lengthen, look forward, long spine, plant your palms, step your right foot back. Plank pose, exhale as you lower your leg through your chaturanga. Inhale, lift your chest, lift your heart, upward facing dog. Exhale, the hips up and back, and downward facing dog. We'll take it through one more time. Right foot steps forward. Twist your right arm up towards the sky, gaze up. Exhale, frame your front foot, step your feet together and fold. Round down, inhale to rise, sweep your arms up and overhead, grow a little bit taller. Exhale, hinge and fold over your legs, Uttanasana. Inhale, lengthen, look forward. Plant your palms, step your left foot back, plank pose. Exhale as you lower. Inhale, lift your chest, lift your heart. Exhale, downward facing dog. Step the left foot forward between your palms. Twist your left arm up towards the sky. Frame your front foot, step your feet together and fold. Inhale, rise, sweep your arms up and overhead, gaze up. Exhale, hinge and fold right back down over your legs. Inhale, lengthen half lift. Plant your palms, step your left foot back. Plank pose, exhale as you lower your way. Inhale, lift your heart. Exhale, downward facing dog. Pause here, reset to raise deep inhales and exhales. In through the nose, out through the nose. Having heels for every exhale, lengthening through the spine on every inhale. Take one more breath here. The next, inhale, reach your right leg up and back. Bend your knee, open your hip, draw your foot towards your left glute. Try to square off through your shoulder. As you inhale, re-lengthen. Shift forward, tap your right knee to the outside of your right elbow or tricep. So hold here for a moment. We're gonna add a little challenge, make this a little spicy. So continue to press that knee into that outer arm. Maybe you lift your left arm forward and try to find the balance. Squeeze everything in towards the midline. Yes, inhale, kick your right leg up and back. Step your right foot between your hands, tap your back, knee down, inhale to rise, lift the chest, sweep your arms up to frame your ears. In your low lunge, squeeze your thighs together. Try to keep the lower ribs connected, lift your chest, reach through your arms. Take one more breath here. As you exhale, open up to the right, see out your arms, glance past your right shoulder. Try to keep the chest nice and lifted, stacked over your head. Twist across the back, create space across your collarbone. One more breath here. Inhale, take it back through center, sweep your arms up to frame your ears, frame your front foot, shift your hips back, runner's lunge, lengthen through your front leg. Point your right toes up towards your face. Sink your seat back towards that left heel, lengthen through your spine, reach the crown of your head. Yeah. I can put the air on, but the AC it gets cold real quick. Take a breath here. As you inhale, bend into your front knee, walk your hands forward, frame your front foot, step your left foot to meet your right fold over your legs. Lower your hips, sweep your arms up to frame your ears, chair pose, lift your chest. Draw the knees in towards one another, find a slight tuck up in the tailbone, pull the belly button up and in. Nice, hold for one more breath. Exhale, fold over your legs. Inhale, lengthen half lift. Separate the feet about hips with distance. Look forward, wrap the peace sign fingers around your big toe. Shift your weight forward, step on your fingers, lengthen through your spine, and then exhale, fold into your legs. Bend your elbows out to either side. And then start to draw them towards the back of the room. Lengthen through your spine. Reach the crown of the head down towards the mat. Think about connecting chest to thighs. You can bend the knees as much as you can here. Pour the weight into the fronts of the feet. Lift up through your hips. One more breath. As you inhale, lengthen, release, plant your palms, step or jump back, move through your vinyasa. Exhale to lower. Inhale to left. Shift your hips up and back, downward facing dog. Take a breath in through the nose, out through the nose. Lift your left leg up and back. Lengthen and then bend your knee, open your hip, draw your left heel towards your right glute. Try to square off through the shoulder. Maybe find some movement. As you inhale, re-lengthen, shift forward, tap your left elbow to the left tricep or the outer edge of that, or your left knee to the outer edge of the left elbow. Hold your press elbow into knee. Maybe you lift through that right arm, squeeze everything in. Exhale, lower three-legged dog. Step your left up between your hands, tap your back, knee down. Inhale to rise, sweep your arms up to frame your ears. Low lunge. Lift your chest, reach through your arms, release your shoulders away from your ears. Take one more breath here. As you exhale, open up, twist over to the left, take a glance past that left shoulder. Rotate, try to stay nice and lifted through the chest. Continue to create space across the collarbone. One more breath. Inhale, release back through center, sweep your arms up to frame your ears, frame your front foot, shift your hips back, lengthen through your front leg. Point your toes up towards your face, lengthen through your spine, reach the crown of the head towards the front of the room. Then you can sink your feet back towards that, right heel. Take one more breath here, breathing into that front hamstring. As you inhale, bend into your front knee, walk the hands forward, tuck the back toes, step your right foot to meet your left, fold over your leg. Inhale, lengthen, no, lower your seat, sweep your arms up to frame your ears. Wouldn't want to forget that chair pose. Lift your chest, reach up through your arms. Maybe sit the seat a little bit lower, lift up through the chest, release the shoulders. One more breath here. Exhale, fold over your legs, let it go. Inhale, lengthen, half lift. Separate the feet, hips width distance. This time, bend into the knees first, so it feels, so you can find that accessibility. Lift your right toes and slide your right palm underneath. Bring the toes to the wrist crease, lift the left toes, slide your left palm underneath. Toes to wrist crease. As you inhale, lengthen, look forward through your spine. Exhale, fold over your legs, bend your elbows out in either direction, and then start to draw them back. Again, instead of extending through the legs, think about folding, drawing chest towards thighs, lifting up your hips and hamstrings. Let the head get nice and heavy. Right. Continue to ease the pressure into the palms, shifting forward. One more breath here. As you inhale, release your hands, look forward, lengthen through your spine, plant your palms, step or jump back, move through your vinyasa. Exhale, lower, inhale, lift your heart, shift your hips up and back, downward facing dog. Reset, take a breath, deep inhale, full exhale. Reach your right leg up and back. Step your right foot between your hands. Ground your back heel. Inhale to rise through center. Warrior one. Sweep your arms up to frame your ears. Bend into your front knee. Nice. Square your chest up towards the front of the room. Sometimes that means rotating that right hip back, left hip forward. Continue to ground through the outer edge of that back foot. Release your shoulders away from your ears. Hold here for one more. Continue to lengthen, reach through the fingertips. Exhale, release your hands behind your back. Interlace your fingers. Lift your chest, draw the shoulder blades in towards one another. Gaze up. Hinge from your hips. Exhale, lower your right shoulder inside your right knee. Palm the warrior. So find these oppositional forces. Continue to bend into that front knee as you ground down through the outer edge of the back foot. Heavy the crown of the head towards the mat. Keep reaching that fist up and overhead. Breathe into the shoulders, into that front quad. Beautiful. One more breath here. As you inhale, lift halfway, lengthen through your spine, lift your back heel, and then sweep your arms forward to frame your ears, power lunge. So lift through your back heel. Press your heel towards the back of the room, really lengthen through that back leg. Hold here for one more breath. Then ground your back heel, circle that left arm around and back, warrior two. Open up to the side of the room, bend into your front knee, reach the arms in opposite directions, take the gaze past your front fingertips. Try to keep the spine nice and stacked over the hips. Try to keep the arms in line with your shoulders. Hold here for one more breath. Inhale, lengthen your front leg, reach back. Right arm reaches over your right ear. You can stay here, or maybe you grab onto that right wrist with your left hand for sky archer pose. Press the hips forward, lean back, reach to the right side of the body. Beautiful. One more breath here. Exhale, release, cartwheel your hands to frame your front foot, move through your vinyasa, step your feet back, exhale to lower. Inhale, lift your chest, lift your heart, shift your hips up and back, downward facing dog. Take a breath, reset. Lift your left leg up and back. Lengthen, step your left foot between your hands, inhale to rise, warrior one, sweep your arms up to frame your ears. Lift your chest, guide that left hip back, right hip forward, square your chest up towards the front of the room. Lengthen through your arms and release your shoulders away from your ears. Nice, hold here for one more. Exhale, release your hands behind your back, interlace your fingers, lift your chest, draw the shoulder blades in towards one another, gaze up, exhale, hinge and fold, drop your left shoulder inside your left knee, humble your warrior. Continue to bend into that front knee, lower the front of the head towards the mat, let it hang nice and heavy, reach your hips up and overhead. Try to square the hips off if you can. One more breath. As you inhale, rise halfway, lift the back heel, sweep your arms forward to frame your ears right into your power lunge. Stay low, hover your chest over that front thigh. Imagine creating one long line of energy from your back heel through your front fingertips. Ground your back heel, open up, warrior two. Turn to the side of the room. Bend into that front knee. Gently guide your left knee out to the left. See how your arms gaze past your front fingertips. Maybe sink the hips a little bit lower if you have the space. Think about pressing the mat in opposite directions with your feet. Beautiful. One more breath. As you inhale, lengthen that front leg, lean back, left arm reaches up and over. Maybe you stay here, maybe you grab onto that left wrist and gently start to drag it towards the back of the room. Press your hips forward. Lean back for one more, lengthen through the left side of your body. Exhale, release, cartwheel your hands to frame your front foot. Step back, exhale and lower and move through your vinyasa. Find your way back, downward facing dog. All right, Friday morning, you're gonna love this, I swear. Forward to plank pose, stack your shoulders over your wrist. Press your heels towards the back of the room. Pull your belly button in and up. Draw the heels of your hands towards your toes and your toes towards the heels of your hands. Nice, breathe here for one more. As you exhale, lower your right forearm to the mat. Lower the left forearm, interlace your fingers, create a little basket with your hand. Now walk your feet forward, pike your hips up towards the ceiling as if you were moving into your dolphin pose. Take the gaze up towards your navel or your thighs. Nice, hold here for a breath, lengthen through the back hamstring. And then as you exhale, we're gonna tap the knees down to a hover over the mat, gaze towards your thumbs. Lift your gaze. Nice, inhale, pike your hips back up. Take the gaze back towards your navel or thigh. Exhale, lower, tap, look forward. Inhale to lift. Exhale to lower. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. One more here, lower, tap and hold. Inhale, lift. Shift forward, maybe walk the feet in a little bit more. Draw that right heel towards your right glute. Shift the weight forward, start to bring your nose towards your thumbs. Think about stacking hips over shoulders. One more breath here. Exhale, release your right foot. Left heel lifts in towards your left glute. Shift forward. Nose towards thumbs, hold here. Exhale, release, tap the knees down, open them up nice and wide, reach your arms long, find a child's pose. Couple of breaths, in through the nose, out through the nose. Reset. When you're ready, tuck your toes, lift your hips up and back, downward facing dog. We'll start to add on here as you inhale, reach your right leg up and back. Step your right foot between your hands, ground your back heel, rise, warrior one, sweep your arms up to frame your ears, lift your clap. Maybe you stay reaching through the arms, maybe you bring the palms to touch. Maybe you take the gaze up towards your thumb, hold for one more. Exhale, release your hands behind your back, lift your chest, hinge and fold into your humble warrior. Drop your right shoulder inside your right knee, let your head hang nice and heavy. Inhale, lift the chest halfway, lift your back heel, sweep your arms forward towards the front of the room, power lunge. Reach through your fingertips, press the heel towards the back of the room. Ground your heel, open up warrior two, tee out the arms, take the gaze past the front fingertips. Keep bending into that front knee and then inhale, lengthen, lean back, reach back, maybe grab onto that right wrist for sky arch forward. Exhale, release the hands, tee out the arms, shift your hips towards the back of the room. Reach forward as much as you can and then exhale, lower triangle pose, peel that left shoulder back. Left arm reaches up towards the sky, take the gaze up towards your left fingertips. Now you can always take a block to the inner arch of that right foot. Maybe the back side of the right hand presses into your shin. Maybe you wrap the peace sign fingers around that big toe. Wherever you are, continue to lengthen from the hips to the crown of the head. Tuck that bottom hip under, create space across your collarbone. Exhale, release, frame your front foot. Square off your hips through center, lift your left leg, standing split. Let your head get nice and heavy. Forehead towards knee, maybe you start to walk the hands back in line with that standing leg. Maybe you wrap your right forearm around your right calf. Continue to squeeze and lift through that leg. Glutes, I couldn't think of the word for a minute there. Oh, dear. Breathe for one more. As you inhale, lift halfway, lengthen through your spine. Keep that left leg lifted and then kick it out to the left. So kind of like we did at the beginning of class. Try to level off your hips. Maybe you stay here. Maybe you reach that right arm out to the right. Maybe you stay. Maybe that left hand comes to your heart. Exhale, release, step your feet together and fold over your legs, front of mat. Lower your feet, sweep your arms up to frame your ears, chair pose for a rock. Hug everything in towards the midline. Inhale, rise, extend, hands float in front of the heart, lift left knee. You can grab onto the front of the shin if you need a little extra support, or keep the hands exactly where they are. Continue to ground down to that right inner arch. And then as you exhale, gently open that knee out to the left. You can use that hand, or maybe you keep the hands where they are. Find that point of focus. Option to stay or wrap the peace sign fingers around that left toe, right hand comes to your hip. Stay or start to extend that left leg out to the left. Squeeze your glutes, lift your chest. Find that point of focus. Nice, wherever you are, exhale, guide your way back through center. Nice, release your hands, sweep your arms up to frame your ears. Keep that leg lifted. So maybe the knees bent, maybe it's extended. Hold for one more. Exhale, release, step your feet together, mountain pose, take a breath. Step your left foot wide, turn your toes in, turn your heels out, long side of the mat. So left foot, so we're all facing the same direction. Did we all step with the left foot? Some of us did, we're all in different directions. So yeah, we step with the left foot. So whatever direction that leads you to. Yeah. As you inhale, sweep your arms up and overhead, lengthen, exhale, catch your hips with your hands. Lift your chest, squeeze the shoulder blades in towards one another, gaze up. Exhale, hinge and fold over your legs. Slide your hands down the outer edges of your legs. Wrap your peace sign fingers around your big toe. Lengthen through your spine once more, look forward. And then exhale, fold into your legs, bend your elbows out to either side, and then draw them back. Let the head be nice and heavy, crown of the head down towards the mat. Like we did before, pour the weight into the fronts of your feet. Lift up through your hips and your hamstrings. Think about drawing your chest towards your side. Maybe bringing the gaze up towards your navel. Nice, one more breath here. As you inhale, lengthen, walk your hands underneath your shoulders. Walk back to the front of the mat. Ground the right hand, or ground both hands out, framing that front foot. Lift your knee to a hover. Tap your knee towards your forearm like we did before. Hold here for a breath. As you exhale, open up side plank, stack on the left side. So maybe the feet stack, maybe they stagger, maybe that left knee taps down. Right arm reaches up towards the sky.
I wanna get rid of the feeling.
Beautiful. Lift your hips, stack your shoulders. You can stay here, or maybe that top foot steps behind you. You lift the hips and rotate into your wild thing. Nice. Right arm reaches up and over. Exhale, take it all the way back around, plank pose, lower through your vinyasa. Inhale, lift your chest, lift your heart. Exhale, downward facing dog. Take a moment to reset. As you inhale, lift your left leg up and back. Step your left hand foot between your hands. Inhale to rise, warrior one. Sweep your arms up to straighten your ears. Lift your chest. Maybe you bring the palms to touch and shift the gaze up towards your thumb. Exhale, release your hands behind your back. Lift your chest, hinge and fold. Humble warrior. Left shoulder pulls inside the left knee. Heavy the crown of the head towards the mat. Inhale, lengthen, lift halfway, lift your back heel, reach your arms forward, power lunge. Hold for a breath, ground your back heel, open up, tee out the arms, warrior two, reach the fingers in opposite directions, bend into that front knee. Hold here for a breath. Lengthen through that front leg, lean back, grab onto that left wrist, sky over to toes, lean into it, press the hips forward, and then exhale, release the arms back into T. Shift your hips towards the back of the room, reach forward, exhale, lower triangle pose, right arm rises. Nice, rotate across the back. Stack right shoulder on top of left. Take the gaze up towards your fingertips. Maybe bring that block to the inside of the left foot. Maybe wrap your peace sign fingers around the big toe. Continue to lift and lengthen for one more breath. Exhale, frame your front foot. Walk your hands forward. Lift your right leg. Fold over your standing leg for your standing split. Let your head get nice and heavy. Squeeze the glute of that right leg to lift it a little bit higher. Maybe you walk your hands back in line with that standing leg. Maybe you wrap the left arm around the calf. Inhale, re-lengthen, look forward. Walk your hands underneath your shoulders. Open your right foot out to the right. Try to keep it in line with your hip hold here. Left arm rises out to the left. Maybe you stay, maybe that right hand comes to your heart. Exhale, release, step your feet together and fold over your legs. Lower your hips, squeeze your arms up to frame your ears. Chair pose for a breath. Inhale, rise, hands to your heart. Float that right knee in towards your chest. Bless you. Slow down for a minute, find your balance. Really ground through the inner arch of that standing foot. Start to open your right knee out to the right. Maybe you take the hand inside the knee. Maybe you keep the hands in front of your heart. Left hand comes to your hip. Grab your peace sign fingers around that toe or keep your hands to the knee. Option to extend that leg out to the right. Lean back into it. Lift your chest. Squeeze your knees. As you exhale, find your way back through center. Keep the leg or knee lifted. Find the balance. Sweep your arms up to frame your ears. Lift your chest. Squeeze for one more. Exhale, release, mountain pose, let it go. Step your right foot wide. So now we're facing the opposite direction. Turn your toes in, turn your heels out. Reach your arms up and overhead. Exhale, release your hands behind your back, interlace your fingers, lift your chest, draw the shoulder blades in towards one another, gaze up. Exhale, hinge and fold over your legs, start to reach that fist up and overhead. Let the head get nice and heavy. Pour the weight forward. So often, maybe you stay right here, but maybe you release the hands and create that little basket like we did before. Right, as you do, maybe you start to shift the weight forward and drop your crown of head between your hands. So in order to lower the crown of your head, the heels might lift up. You might start to stack your hips over your shoulder. Maybe the legs start to lift, maybe they don't, maybe they stay grounded. Breathe wherever you are. Take one more breath. Exhale to lower the legs with your lift. Inhale, lift and lengthen, walk your hands back to the front of the mat. Frame your front foot. Ground your right hand, start to rotate onto the outer edge of that foot, side plank. Maybe you stack the feet, maybe you stagger the feet, maybe that right knee taps down. Lift up through that left arm, lift your hips, stack your shoulders. Nice, hold here for one more, press into that palm. Option to stay or step that top foot behind you, lift your hips, rotate your chest up towards the ceiling, left arm reaches up and overhead for your wild thing. Beautiful, hold here for one more. Exhale, release, take it all the way around, lower, take it through your vinyasa. Inhale, lift your heart. Exhale, downward facing dog. From downward facing dog, tap the knees down, open them up nice and wide. Reach your arms forward, find a child's pose. Take a moment here. The noises. The gift we wanted to give you. Sometimes the thing that we don't want is the thing that we need the most. Yeah. Sorry, not. All right. Start to walk your hands back. Lift your chest. So we have played a little bit with an preparation for an inversion. So here's the thing about inversions. They feel hard and they feel scary and sometimes we're not ready for them, but there are ways to practice them without fully going into them. So finding that place of practice that works best for you is key. So if inversions are not at all for you, you can always take your legs up the wall. Always a good option, right? Another thing, right there. Another nice thing to practice is just like the similar steps we kind of move towards bringing the crown of the head down to the mat for your rabbit pose. Shifting the hips back, grabbing onto the bottoms of the feet or the ankles, and then lifting the hips and rounding through the spine, getting a nice stretch through the shoulders. Now, if you're practicing, I'll show you a couple of options. So we worked with that, creating that basket with the hands. The most important thing, a lot of people think the weight is in the head, but it's really our shoulders that are supporting us and our forearms. So stay light on the crown of your head, right? Elbows come underneath the shoulders, just like we did before, the toes tuck. The crown of the head comes down, we cradle the back of the head. Sorry, my neck was in my mouth. So maybe you lift one heel towards your glute. Maybe you stay there, right? Maybe the other one lifts and you start to get light. In this place, my spine is round, so I have that cat-like spine. In order to lift, I need to find that tilt into the cow spine, and then maybe the legs lift up from there. Right? We also played in coming into it from wide legs, which is another option if that's in your practice, opening up and sweeping the legs in this big circle. If you want to play with a preparatory pose towards that, a really nice place to go is finding your L shape at the wall. right? About a leg distance, turning around. Same exact steps. We create that cradle with the hands, that basket. We come down. Walk the legs up the wall. A little far. Sometimes it takes a minute to find the distance. And maybe you're here. Building strength in the shoulders, maybe you're lifting one leg. Just know that it starts to get very light. So if you don't want to go upside down, you have to keep those toes on the wall. Switching, lifting, other side. All right, so I promise there's a place for everyone to practice. So find whatever you need, maybe moving your mats over to the wall. Maybe staying where you are, we have a lot of space to kind of take whatever you need. So take a couple of moments to get yourself situated. And practice the thing that you need. Feel free to ask if you need any assistance in any way. Okay. So about a leg distance, but sometimes it's closer than you think. So maybe like about right here. I would move that even a little bit towards the wall. So elbows underneath shoulders, create that basket. Start to walk the feet up the wall. And lengthen the legs. Crown of the head drops down between the hands. So from there, you start to tiptoe your feet up and walk again. Yes, right there. Beautiful. You can feel that in your feet. So maybe if you feel ready, you lift one leg. Notice it will start to get light. So keep those other toes on the wall if you don't want to lift all the way. I would even closer with your arms. Yeah, you'll feel it. It'll feel like out of alignment. Yeah. If you have the stack, you'll know. And then start to come up a tiny bit closer. Yeah. It does, but once you get up there, it's not as close as you go. I know. You okay over there? And then start to walk the feet down. Think about, yeah, extend through your legs. Oh no, halfway. Oh, so like about like right here, the feet want to be like in line with your hips. It's work. I know. Walk them halfway down. Yeah. Press your hips over your shoulders, lengthen through. Yes, exactly. Beautiful. Hold there. Very nice. When you're ready, walk yourself down. Find a child's pose for a few breaths. Okay, fold it up. From your child's pose. Lay on your belly. Reach your arms out either direction, palms face down. Bend your left elbow, bring your left hand underneath your left shoulder. So press into that left palm and gently start to guide the hips over to the right side, stacking left hips on top of right. Maybe that top leg kind of just falls there, but maybe you bend the knee and step that left foot behind you. Yeah, rest that right ear to the mat. You can use the left hand kind of as your gas pedal to find whatever you need. So the more you press into that hand, the more you're going to go into that shoulder. The more you kind of let up on that hand, the less you're going to get into that shoulder. So find that point of resistance that works best for your body today. You can also start to reach that left hand behind your back with the fingers, maybe interlacing here.
Clouds gonna fall. Oh, I wanna come here and leave every part of me. But there's blood on my head. My lips are on sleep. In my darkness, I remember.
As you exhale, release, find your way back through center, tee up the arm. This time bend that right elbow, bring the hand underneath your right shoulder and start to press yourself over to the other side. Roll onto your left leg. Maybe you just let that foot drape. Or maybe you step the foot behind you.
Whoa. Take me to your river.
Breathe into that shoulder.
In this water down, going. As a man with many cups, come up for air. As my
You exhale, release back through center. Roll back onto your belly and just roll onto your back from here. Stay super low. Take a moment, hug your knees into your chest. Find some movement from side to side.
Take me to your river.
Then ground the soles of the feet, heels near your glutes. Knees point up towards the ceiling. Reach your fingertips towards your heels. As you inhale, ground down through your shoulders, lift your hips, your lower back, and your mid back. Continue to squeeze the knees in towards one another. The chest away, the chin away from the heart. Maybe you start to wiggle the shoulders beneath you and interlace your fingers. Reach that fist towards your heels. Hold here for one more breath. You exhale, release, slowly start to lower everything back down towards the mat. Take a moment to windshield wiper the knees from side to side. Draw the knees in towards your armpits. Slide your hands up your shins or maybe to the outer edges of your feet. Flex your feet up towards the ceiling. Find a happy baby for a couple of breaths. Gently rock in one direction and then the other. Maybe extend one leg and then the other.
Please let me know. Take me to your river.
And when you're ready, start to release the right leg towards the right corner of the mat. Left leg moves towards the left corner. Allow the toes to splay out in either direction. Release your arms at your sides, flip your palms up towards the ceiling, or find any other version of rest that suits your body best. Heavy the eyelids. Take a deep inhale through your belly, through your ribs, through your chest. And then part your lips, exhale to release the breath, let it go. Release the tension in your face, in your jaw. Release your tongue from the roof of your mouth. Release your shoulders and your hips. Or to release any thoughts that might be coming in. Surrender into complete stillness. You should deepen your inhales and your exhales. Bringing awareness back to your breath. To bring awareness back into your body by gentle movements through your fingertips and your toes. Next, inhale, reach your arms up and overhead, take a full body stretch, reaching from fingertips through toes. Hug your knees into your chest one at a time, wrap your arms around your shins, give yourself a big hug. Find some gentle movement from side to side. Eventually rolling over to one side, pausing in the fetal position. And eventually pressing your way back up to a seat at the top of your mat. Sit up nice and tall. Keep the eyelids heavy. Take a deep inhale through your nose, fill up. Part your lips, exhale to release the breath, let it go. And just like that, deep inhale. Maybe taking in just a little bit more at the top. Part the lips full, exhale. Gather your hands in front of your heart, thumbs to heart center. We'll inhale and exhale for Om. Inhale. Om. Draw your chin towards your chest. And find a moment of gratitude for showing up and being okay with not knowing. Using it as an opportunity to grow, to learn, and to find your own way. Thank you so much for sharing your practices with me this morning. Namaste. Thank you guys so much. That was such a beautiful Om, by the way. Oh, I love a great Om.
Thanks, Jen.
Thanks, Rachel.
Have a great Friday.
Have a great day,
weekend.
guys.
Thank
Bye.
you. Enjoy your Friday. Bye.
What's that?
Said enjoy your Friday.
Oh, you too. Thank you.
Okay,
Bye.
bye. Great class.